got on up out of there quick, fast, and hurry. I'm in there looking around. I'm like, hey man, how y'all put these pads on? I'm steady trying to stuff these pads. I just dropped them little football pads on the floor. I said, I'll holler at y'all, man. I'm getting on up out of here. Everybody did. I was the last one in the locker room trying to put football pads on it. That was just my sign. It wasn't even time for me to be on out there.
Cut it. How y'all doing, Houston? What's up? All right. I'm gonna let y'all know what I got going on, man. I love the people watch. I love the people watch because people are funny as hell. I don't know if you know it or not. Nigga, I was on 59 on my way over here. Looked inside this woman's car. Her hair was blowing hard as hell. But her windows was up, though. Then I looked inside her car. I'm in my truck. I'm looking down. All I see is this right here. I said, God damn, her AC must be supercharged. I went to fill in my vents and shit. I said, my shit ain't blowing this hard. Nigga, I got jealous and drove the fuck off. I looked back, I said, this bitch ain't got no windshield on her car. I don't believe this shit.
Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Welcome to We Work Every Day. 7 days a week, cause we striving towards a better day. Don't cut me down for showing my true colors. Love me for me, cause I show love to others. This is for entrepreneurship, for Black Lives Matter. This is for the ones who are forgotten. I pray we never go backwards. This is for pushing forward in the face of adversity. Thank you, God, for protection when the world was cursing me. This is for strength, courage, and wisdom. They can't keep us in shackles. You're the one that could change the trajectory of those family matters. Be the first college grad, be the first millionaire. Be your own wildest dreams, cause the world ain't fair. I am the greatest, I am the one. Lead the way, your will be done.
That is an excellent conduit into this next question. And it's near the last question, because you mentioned the fact that you have experience as a teacher and you also have experience as a parent with your beautiful son, Phoenix. What advice would you give parents and teachers to support students that are struggling right now to find the strength to keep children in the classroom motivated to persevere? Because times right now are unprecedented. Like, my son is a student at Booker T. Washington right now. And I don't know what the student population is, but I believe it's maybe 100 some odd kids that are going to school, 100 to 150, but I know the population is more than that. Because parents are afraid to send their kids to school, and teachers are afraid to come, to school, because some of them have underlying health issues, which is understandable. So
Right.
how are they, what strength or what encouragement would you give them to stay online? Just like you saying, I got to keep the people motivated and keep them engaged during my comedy show, like keeping your child engaged online, keeping the students engaged that are in your classroom. What advice would you give to parents and teachers to support the students right now during this season?
Well, what I would say is that you have to, especially parents, you always got to talk to your kids. You got to talk to them, talk to them, talk to them, so that you know, even when you're not there, they can hear what you're saying in the back of their head. You know what I mean? And it helps them to know that, you know what I mean, my mama not just saying this or my daddy not just saying this. This is what it is, And by talking to kids, you give kids a sense of you let them know that, this is what is expected of you. A lot of times we get caught up where, parents, they're working and they go to work, the kids go to school, come home, everybody tired, nobody have time to, you know, pour into each other because the parents are tired. But what you got to realize is we are human beings, we are animals at the end of the day. And just like with any other animal, especially like a dog or anything like that, if you don't take no time out of with that animal, it's gonna find something to get into or go astray and not behave properly or do the things that it needs to do according to your house rules or according to society. So time is an essential asset that all parents and teachers, if they can, to take out with a child. Because if you we all had that one teacher that we know that we couldn't go in her class because she expected certain things of us. And then when you hold a child to that certain standard, then they don't try you, you know? And so, uh, with as far as online school and virtual school, I would say that is a discipline that I'm glad that I didn't have to go through this when I was in high school, because that's one thing you have to be very disciplined to stay on track, stay focused, because you're going to be held accountable for the assignments that you need to turn in. And if a parent is struggling with that with a child, I would say, rewards are always a good thing. You can tell your child, hey, mama or daddy, I got this for you. You do what you're supposed to do. You go online. When that online report card come back home and I see that you got this, here's an agreement. So you give an incentive. You know what I mean? Rewards is just like with little kids and candy. You just got to up your reward and make it worth their while, and it'll kind of keep them focused so that it's something that they really want. So I just think a reward system, you know what I mean? So that the child can stay disciplined, so that they know that, not only am I doing what's good for me, which is, and educating myself that if I do the right thing, I got something that this will pay off in the end, and I can get something that I may be able to enjoy, have fun, or entertain myself with. So I know all parents and all teachers can't do that for every student, but maybe they can target and tackle those ones that it would be most beneficial to.
That's some good information. Although I've been teaching for going on 20 years now, I have been not offering very many rewards in my house. I've been just pretty much saying, you better get it done. I better not see this grade on your report card. So I will take
Right.
that into consideration. This is my last question, Blaine. Last
Uh,
question. Now, we graduated from Booker T. Washington together the same year, but we did not
yes,
take very many classes together.
we did
So,
not.
I want to ask you this question. What
Mhm.
kind of student were you in high school? What kind of student were you in class?
Well, I would say I was a student. I was a student that I didn't skip school. I knew that my mother expected that of me. I never skipped school. I always went to class. I actually enjoyed school and being around other kids and having fun and, being a part of the different activities or whatever was going on at the school. I can say that uh, because my father wasn't really in my life, uh, I may have missed a few opportunities as far as like playing basketball, you know what I mean, at the school and for the team and stuff like that. I would have had, I think if my father was in my life a little more, even though he was there, but he wasn't involved. You know what I mean? There's two things, and I don't want to make it sound like my dad was a deadbeat dad, but he wasn't really involved in my life. He still had his own life going on. And I think he was involved and was there, I would have been a little more disciplined because I knew, I'd have had something to, fathers hold their sons accountable. You know what I mean? And know what's expected of it. And if he could have like I remember I struggled in algebra, you know what I mean? And just those little moments that sit down. But for the most part, I wasn't a troublemaker, loved to laugh, was on the golf team. Uh, uh, what else? I was a president at the school, which is the little fraternity that they had at the high school, and just an all around guy. Just had my few circle of friends. I wasn't with that weed smoking crowd and all that stuff. I just kind of did my thing and just hung with my few selected friends, and knew that, like I said, I couldn't do what other people do because you know, I don't do things that's just like out of my character. Or I've never been a person to try to fit in. I just be myself and just hang with the guys that's my same speed. Some guys may be, cool or they hang with each other because they on the football team and all that stuff. But I wasn't I wasn't really that guy. I actually tried to play football one year. I couldn't figure out how to put on a football pad, so I quit in the locker room. I quit that same day. But I was just a laid back cat, known to crack jokes, just be funny. Wasn't no troublemaker. I think I might have been to ISS a couple of times, but I did my work. You know, I think we all did a little bit of cheating here and there, but I was gonna make sure that I got it done. You know what I mean, and did what I needed to do. And I'll just say I was just a average kid. I was also in co-op, so I worked too. I think maybe like my 11th and 12th grade year, I would go to school like half a day and go to work the other half. So like 8 to 12 and then, or 8 to 11 and then go to work from like 12 to 5 in the evening or something like that. So I was not, like I said, I was always busy doing something. Uh, and so that was it. I was just in class. I wasn't raising no uproar, but I did like to joke. That was me. I was a jokester, like fun, have fun and clown around and just, I had quite a few cousins that went to the school too. So it was cool.
Yeah, I do remember you being in co-op with me. I think it was Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor was the
No, I was with
or
Miss
Miss
Thornton.
Grant. Oh, Miss who?
Miss Thornton. I think she was my co-op teacher, Miss Thornton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember y'all wearing those slacks. You had to
Mm,
dress up because they weren't gonna let y'all leave and represent Booker T looking any kind of way. So y'all had to suit up
right.
on leaving campus. So I do remember that. So it's been a pleasure speaking with you. And I always ask that question because in the school system, we are really losing our African American male students. And oftentimes, a lot of teachers are struggling with instructional practices to meet the needs of, you know, our boys in the classroom or our young men in the classroom. So um, I was just asking that question in terms of, you know, were there any challenges? Were there ever times that, you know, you had those times with teachers and, you know, what made the difference for you? And what I also hear is that you were associated with programs, you found activities that made that where you were able to collaborate and you found mentorship because the presidents, I believe Mr. Jacobs was over that program and he provided mentorship to the young men that was in that program. And so you just found things to, you know, continue to keep yourself busy, you know. So just trying to find methods to keep our boys and our young men in good positions for success because we're continuing to lose them to the
Yes, I would just say definitely keep them busy. You know what I mean? You got to keep them busy, keep them stuff. If they busy and they got stuff that's extracurricular or things that they are part of, they really don't have nothing to, you know, find. They don't have a way to find themselves to get themselves in trouble because it's structured. You know what I mean? They're doing something that they love, and it's, you know, they don't have time to just focus and just hang out and just do nothing. It's just it's structure, and we all know that as you being a teacher, all kids love structure. You know what I mean? And that's just it's just something that they can live with, and that'll keep them, you know, keep them on the right path.
and all these years I never knew Booker T had a golf team. So
Yeah.
you have to mention that
Yeah,
to
I
Dr.
played on the
Phillips.
golf team. Yeah, they did have Miss Sears was the golf coach, the white lady.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, she taught us health and she showed us all those
No,
videos
no,
of
no, no.
childbirth,
Oh yeah,
right?
I think Miss Sears did teach health, but and Miss Laverne, but Miss Sears was the coach. I got the letter. I never got the jacket. Oh man.
You got me laughing over here. You have me rolling. I'm glad I was on mute because I was rolling, especially when you start talking about you quit the football team when you couldn't put the pads on.
Got on up out of there quick, fast, and hurry. I'm in there looking around. I'm like, hey man, how y'all put these pads on? I'm steady trying to stuff these pads. I just dropped them little football pads on the floor. I said, I'll holler at y'all, man. I'm getting on up out of here. Everybody did. I was the last one in the locker room trying to put football pads on it. That was just my sign. It wasn't even time for me to be on out there.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Blame. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. What projects do you have coming up so that we can be out on the lookout for you? What do you have coming up?
So what I have coming up is I got to get back to it, but I've been trying to work on my own sitcom, trying to do some writing, uh, kind of push things aside. Things get crazy around here. I'm considering shooting my maybe a 30-minute special next month uh, at a venue to try and shop it towards Netflix or one of these streaming platforms. And doing a few shows, here next month in February uh, for the whole Valentine's Day weekend. I'm already booked the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I got my calendar. What is this? Yeah, the 12th. I'm the 12th, 13th, and 14th. I'm all over here, all over the city of Houston, and just booked another date for the 26th, which is a virtual show. So just taking it one step at a time, just continuing to, trying to fill these squares up on this calendar, because that's what it's all about. That's what's important. And it allows me to stay at home and not have to get up and fight traffic every morning. So I love it. You hear me?
I truly understand. I truly understand. Well, congratulations on all of your success. And I saw that you had just completed a show with Ricky Smiley. You've been opening for Monique, and you continue to persevere. And it's just a joy to see you continuing to move forward in your passion and in your dreams. So just keep us posted. And I'm looking forward to seeing the sitcom come out.
Hopefully one day. We're gonna pray on it and keep it moving. We got to take me some acting classes and all that stuff one day too. But we gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Well, keep us posted.
Will do.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Continue to support Workshop Wednesday and continue to encourage all those that you see to press forward during this time. Thank you for tuning in. Dr. Kiki signing out. Stay tuned on next week where we will bring you more of H-Town's finest. Take care. God bless.
Strength, courage, and wisdom, they can't keep us in shackles. You're the one that could change the trajectory of those family matters. Be the first college grad, be the first millionaire. Be your own wildest dreams, cause the world ain't fair. I am the greatest, I am the one. Lead the way.